Welcome back to this pod. I am Dr. Arzoo Chhabra, and I am a mindset coach or academic coach for college students. I help you reach your career goals without having to suffer in other areas of your life. So, the topic for today's pod is using your brain as a tool. So this is a very interesting topic and something that I've been consciously working on, consciously practicing for about a year and a half. And it has served me immensely, actually. So before we actually start to dig into the topic of using your mind as a tool, the first thing that I want you guys to actually do or think about, maybe not right now, maybe tomorrow, maybe whenever you're listening to this pod, is just take a pause for like 24 hours. I'm not saying just take a pause from activities. I'm saying just take a pause from from absorbing the material from outside. I'm not saying stop going to your classes. I'm just saying don't maybe watch as much YouTube. Maybe don't just cut something out so you can be more in touch with yourself. So what I really want you to do before we actually get into the discussion is to really think about, give yourself some time, 24 hours, and within those 24 hours, give your brain some work to do and ask your brain to observe what are the common thoughts that run in your mind or in your brain unconsciously. What are some of the back end machinery at the back end machinery? What is actually going on, which does not serve you, which is not helpful, right? So I'm going to give you an example of uh, what used to happen with me when I actually did this work, right? So I used to be on a constant worrying landscape. So my brain is a landscape. So I used to be in a constant worrying landscape. Okay. What if it doesn't work out? What if I didn't get a job? What if I da da da? What if I um uh didn't make all the money that I invested, or like didn't get it back? What if um um what if I never got married, right? Um, so what if I got too old to get married? Okay. And I'm just trying to be honest. And I'm also practicing being vulnerable and honest. So, then after having the observation of that, my brain, after actually putting it under an audit, I realized that I have things going on that are going on. And then on top of that, I do my work. So basically, my work takes or gets less of the energy because there's already like that machinery going on for other things, for other thoughts. That's not even useful, right? That's not even helping me out. So then I learned to calm my brain down. I learned to not pay attention to all the unnecessary things that are just going on there. So some of the methods to actually do that is first to just change the lens with which you're looking at life. And this is so useful to start looking at the situation differently, right? So instead of what if it doesn't work out, and you could think, what if it does work out? Of course, it's going to be hard to believe, right? In the first place. But try it out. If it's easy for you, then go ahead and do it. If thinking about what if it doesn't work out. For example, if you're still at the beginning of taking organic classes, right? The semester just started. I know that. And not already worrying about what if I failed, but instead thinking that what if I actually got a 4.0 if I tried, right? So changing the lens and your perspective with which you approach life, having more vigor, having more energy, right? Being more excited, like bringing your life force into whatever you do, which I started doing. And then all of that unnecessary drama, all of that unnecessary thoughts just subsided. Okay. So then that's the first thing to, first is awareness, like just pause, stop, and like think about what is that unnecessary thing going on here. And if you do have machinery that's working against you, then it's not useful because you're not going to be creative if you have a machinery that's working against you, because you need your full brain power to actually do some work, right? You have a brain, so it can help you out and not work against you. Okay, so that's the first thing, the awareness. And the second thing is change the way then you're looking, change the lens or perspective with which you're looking at some of the situation that's worrying you or that's just disturbing you. And then comes the third thing. Now, when your brain is much more calmer, you have like more brain power to do things, then the third most important step is to bring clarity on your goals, right? Then to think about, okay, I'm really working on these areas of my life. I'm working on getting up my grade. I'm really working on, getting a good grade on all of these subjects, in all of these classes. And I'm going to really focus on these classes. So that's like one area of your life. I'm really working on being a good, I don't know, boyfriend, girlfriend, and I'm really working on being patient. Or a friend. I'm really working on being there for my friends when they need me outside of when I'm busy, or when they need me when I'm available. And I'm working on my physical fitness goals, or even I'm working on my awareness, right? If you work on your awareness, you'll always have new things to discover about yourself. And if you do, then you'll have more mental capacity to take on harder things, the harder blows of life. Okay. So now let's actually think about how you would use your brain as a tool. So you have to first empty it out. Okay. Just stop all that unnecessary stuff, the fluff. And then you will put it in with proper, clear goals. Then you want to put in like really, really, really clear goals. Like what areas of your life are you really working on right now? And then breaking that down to what are you doing to work on those areas of your life? What are you really doing? You say, okay, I want a 4.0 in organic chemistry, but are you working? Are you studying 20 hours? Are you studying 15 hours a week for organic chemistry? Are you studying, okay, maybe even break it down even simpler. Are you studying that subject 2 hours a day? So what are you doing for that on an everyday basis? Okay, you say you're working out and you're trying to get in better shape. What are you doing on an everyday basis to get in a better shape, right? Are you working out every day? Or are you working out every other day? So then filling up your brain space with your designated specific goals to actually achieve them. And what is this is living a life with intention. That these are some of the areas of my life. And guess what? It's boring. It's hard. And the reason it's hard is because it's hard to tame your brain, because it's not meant to be tamed. So anyways, and of course, the last thing that I'm going to say to make, because I already said it's a hard thing to do, you have to really appreciate, or you have to really enjoy the journey, right? You're not going to be perfect. And I know like a lot of coaches who have been teaching, preaching, living this way, and Rome was not built in a day, right? So it's going to take you some time to get there. It's going to take repetitions of being aware, repetitions, clarifying it out, trying something out, trying out a method of meditation to clear up your mind, trying out a new lens today. And then it might not work, but it might work. Some other lens might work for you. And so you would keep repeating, you still keep getting your reps in to simplify this process for yourself and make it a process that you will enjoy, and at the same time you'll be consistent with it. And of course, you'll be able to do more things in life than you do on a regular basis, because you have put in the areas with intentionality, and you're not just doing whatever, whenever, however that looks like. You're not going to talk for 4 hours when you have other things to focus on, right? You're not going to do things that are not on your agenda. You're not going to just go and take a vacation. You're not just going to sleep in. Or maybe you will on the weekend, and that would be a scheduled sleeping in. So then when you repeat this process of using your brain as a tool so it works for you, then you'll see you'll be able to not just thrive in your career, not just thrive in school. You would have learned things, you would have learned more things, you would have worked on so many other areas of your life that normal students who are stressed out, struggling, overwhelmed, they do not have the brain power to. They don't have great relationships. A lot of the students, I was one of them, did not have great relationships because they did not have the bandwidth to be patient. They did not have the bandwidth to ask the right questions. But it's possible, it's doable, and I'm here to teach you that. So if you're struggling and if you really need help, feel free to reach out to me, or for sure, keep practicing some of the techniques that I am mentioning here. And I will see you guys in the next video, and peace out.